Hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna hold on. This music's really loud in my ear. Okay. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. My name is Super Siri. I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. Although that might change here in a minute. Um, and today we're playing Ace Attorney. I know we played Ace Attorney not too long ago. It feels like it anyway. But we're playing some more of it. We're playing more Ace Attorney. How nice. How lovely. How fun. I hope everyone's doing well today. I hope everyone's having a good day. Me personally, I was lazy today. Worked on some artsy stuff that I had to do. Not related to the channel, unfortunately. Although I do have some ideas in mind. I might go into action with those. But anyhow, Apollo Justice, my beloved. It's Apollo Justice, Major Chaos. Welcome in, by the way, Mage. Darn, my brain just kind of went out the window. Okay, yeah, I've been lazy today. I haven't really been doing much today. I've been kind of loafing. Been loafing. Working on some stuff for someone else, and pretty much just not really doing much of anything. Tomorrow though, I'm probably gonna be outside working on outside stuff. But that's a tomorrow issue. We're here. We're doing stuff. We're living funky fresh. I might put in the Discord that I'm going to announce who the winners are for the wheel. Or for the poll, I mean. Let me see. Poll announcements today. Can't even use half these emojis. There we go. But yeah, let's see what to note on. There was something I wanted to say. Oh yeah, I'm kind of thinking about moving my Saturday streams to Sunday instead. The only issue with doing Sunday streams is that it could be either in the morning or in the evening, depending on what my family is doing. And sometimes it might even be in the evening, like out to like 10 o'clock at night. So it's hobbly gobbly. Welcome in, Adrian. Welcome. Yeah, I might be moving it to Sundays instead. I don't know when I'm going to make that effective, but here some point down the road I'm gonna be doing that because I've been missing a lot of Saturdays, and it's mainly because I'm just too exhausted to do Saturday. Welcome in, Evie. Welcome. But that's okay. That's all right. I mean, we can always give it a try and see what happens. Just kind of slowly ebb our way into Sundays instead. Maybe just do Sunday mornings, early mornings, unless said otherwise. That kind of fun stuff. I will always let you guys know though what's going on or what's about to happen, what's about to go down. I have to keep it down though on Sunday mornings though, because my sister's usually sleeping, but that'll be okay. Not gonna be able to stay long, but just popping in. That's all right, Evie. Well, I'm glad you could pop in for a little bit. It's nice seeing you. It has been a bit. Good to see y'all again. It is good to see you, Mage. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm gonna give it a minute. Hopefully, let people come in before I announce who the winner is of the polls. It should be obvious, but don't worry. It's a very exciting announcement. But yeah, I'm thinking about moving over to Sundays instead of Saturdays. I'll have to test some stuff, see what works. But you'll probably see us ebb slowly into a Sunday stream instead of a Saturday stream. I just want to make sure that I get a weekend stream in, for you guys so that some of y'all are able to watch these streams. Um, but anyway, let's see. What else is there? Do subscribe. That's it. That's all I'm going to tell you. No, I'm just kidding. We're trying to reach 300. Reward for the goal is a secret. Surprise. Haven't said what it is yet. I'm antsy. I'm anticipating the moment that I get to say what it is, but I can't tell you guys yet. I can't tell you guys what it is yet. We haven't reached 300. So do subscribe if you wouldn't mind. It would be really appreciated. Like I said, we stream Mondays, Tuesdays, and possibly soon Sundays instead of Saturdays. Who knows? Who knows? I'll let you guys know what happens. I don't think I've ever met Mage. Unless I have, I just forgot. Get things after once. I think you've been in the same chat with Mage. I think you and Mage have been in the same chat. Or at the same time. Been in the chat at the same time. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna announce the polls. I'm gonna announce them. If you ain't here, you ain't here. You just gotta come in and ask me who won the polls. Alright. Reminder. We had spun the wheel for the poll for whatever we're playing next after Hue, because we finished Hue. I've said this before, Hue's a great game, by the way. If you have not watched me play it, at least give it a chance. Do take some time to play it. It's great. Yeah, I'm a bit of a celebrity. I've been on stream maybe 6 times. Been in the chat, been in the Discords, been in all the stuff. But yeah, we set up a poll for the next game that we play, and the things on the poll were, let me pull them up, were Professor Layton, Plants vs. Zombies, Plastic Placid Ducks, Super Mario 3D World, It's Not Me, It's My Basement, and you could comment whether you wanted, if you wanted Sonic Ring Racers. I almost said it wrong again. I've been saying this title wrong like 5 times now. It's ridiculous. But, the winner for that poll, I've been here for a year because I appeared in the Heckin' Drawing Time, or whatever that was, I forgot. After a while, I kind of forget, like, how long people have been around. But, and that's not saying that you guys aren't important. There's so many people I forget after a while. The winners of the polls. I'm not looking at the comments right now. The winners of the poll. I said winners. Note I said winners. It's a tie. It's a tie between It's Not Me, It's My Basement and Sonic Ring Racers. I did the math just before I started stream because I was like looking at it and I'm like, okay, well, how many votes did It's Not Me, It's My Basement get? Because it obviously was the winner here, and then I did the math and realized that both it and Sonic Ring Racers got the same amount of votes. So, congratulations to those 2 games. The idea that I have for these 2 is that I'm probably gonna play It's Not Me, It's My Basement first, and then the next, Sunday or Saturday around that we play one of those games, I'm going to play Sonic Ring Racers, because I have a feeling Ring Racers is going to take a little longer than It's Not Me, It's My Basement, and that means I'm going to be spending more time on that. I feel like it needs its own stream. So that'll be played second. But those are 2 winners for the poll. I think my first one was the Undertale birthday stream. Probably. There's a lot of people from the Undertale streams. More Sonic, let's go! Well, you can thank Dragon for the Sonic recommendation. She was the one that recommended it. The one that recommended It's Not Me, It's My Basement was Hiki. So those are our winners. Congratulations. Hold on, wait. Hold on. I got you guys. Congrats. Actually, it did. Funny enough, it did. The only one that didn't get chosen or didn't like get votes was Placid Plastic Ducks. That's it. Everybody else got votes, but that one. Which makes me sad because Placid Plastic Ducks is actually pretty funny in itself. Nothing really goes on in the game, but it's pretty funny. But yeah, they did get at least 2 votes. I'm actually surprised that Plants vs. Zombies didn't get more votes at least, but... Oh man, it's last then. Actually, it was like before Ring Racers and, I'm just gonna call it Basement. There was like a 3-way tie between Plants vs. Zombies, Layton, and, there's a third one. What is it? Hold on. I'll tell y'all. Hold on. Here it is. Super Mario 3D World. It's between those 3. So if we didn't have a definite, like, two-way tie, we would have had a big 3-way tie going on between those guys. So there was definitely people interested, just didn't get enough votes to get it. I need to remember to add, those games that you guys recommended in the wheel stream. Do want to note, by the way, there will be a change to how we do the wheel the next time around. So do keep that in mind when we do have to do the wheel again. There will be a change to it. It will not just be alright, we're gonna just have at it. Like, I am going to be very stern with the wheel next time around. Just because it felt a little unfair to people who put in their suggestions or recommendations for games. So do keep that in mind. But let's see. Anyway, anything else to note on? Not really. Like I said, I've been working on artsy stuff, but not related to the channel at all. It is for somebody, so I do have this idea in mind that I want to do. Won't go into details, just say that it's something interesting that I'm thinking about. May have to do with the model. You never know. You know? But, let's see. I don't really got much to note on today. I'm just chilling. I got water. Is that helpful? I got water! Drink your water. I have something to note. Why is there 3 different spiders in my room right now? That's because you're not dusting or killing them. Why aren't you killing them? I'm mad at you. Why are you mad at me? Also, welcome in, Tim. I need to add some more songs to the playlist. That's what I need to do. Let me write a note. Here, I'm gonna write a note of that. Add more songs to playlist and add recommendations. They're on the ground? What? Then take care of them. Don't leave them there. You don't know what's gonna end up with them. Because you mute me. You were spamming and asking me to check out your account, and I was not interested in doing either of that. So, that is why you got put in timeout. Let's see, add game rec, and then... I just said it. Oh, that's it that I just said. Dang it. What did I just say I was going to do? This happens a lot. It happens all the time. This happens way more often than you think it does. I'll get distracted and then all of a sudden forget. And it's not your guys' fault, by the way. Ban them again, sacrifice. Look, I give a timeout, like That's it. But if you really are gonna harass, then I'll ban. But otherwise, it's only a timeout. The size of a big thing. Well, then I think you might want to just set your house on fire and leave. Oh, add songs. That's right. Add songs to playlist. I'm telling ya, I always forget stuff. Playlist. There might be. They might. These might be from Australia. I don't like that. Here. I'm kind of concerned if they're huge. These might be from Australia. I'm scared if they are. You know what game we haven't played in a while? Undertale Yellow. I feel like we haven't really been playing that one lately. When's the next time we play that one? You know what? Maybe we'll play that tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that. Brought Australian spiders to my room. Excellent use of words. Exactly. Very well done. Very well done. Destroy them. Why? I hate it here. Why is there so many spiders? Flip the way I do, dog. Move. It's time to evacuate, Adrian. It's time to evacuate. Just to know, I've decided that tomorrow we're gonna play Undertale Yellow because we have not played it in a while. And we played a lot of Ace Attorney and Little Goody Two Shoes. I hope you never existed. That's so rude, Tim. That's so rude. There's no need for this. Tim, there's no need for this attitude. If you're gonna bring this attitude, then I'm sorry, my friend. I will put you in timeout again. There's just no need for this. There's no need for the hostility. You can't just beg and demand someone check out your channel. It's not nice. And it's not cool. Especially in another streamer's chat room. That's just kind of messed up, don't you think? It's all your fault. Why is it my fault? I'm not even doing it. I'm literally sitting here. What am I doing? I'm not doing anything, Tim. I'm chilling here. You brought the negativity upon yourself, my friend. Yeah, if there's one thing you don't do is to go to other people's streams or videos and try to make them watch your stuff. It just don't work. It's not okay. It'd be understanding if we were all like cool and stuff, friends or something, but it's just not okay. Great for new victims. The ban GAVEL. Oh no. I'm sensing a ban. Oh no. The weird thing is that neither of my mods are here. I think I only have one mod, which is really interesting. But I know she's busy. So it will be on me. It is my decision, I guess. I'll think on it. I'll think on it. Tim, I'm giving you a chance here. I'm giving the time. I want him to come around, you know? I know some people, they get upset, but you gotta give them time. And if they don't really come around at all, then that's when you ban. But he isn't really giving any reason to be banned. I need to get rid of these fights. I mean, at this point, you're on your own. I told you you might want to just flee the country, because they're on you. I need to turn it to this. And that warrants a ban, Tim. Goodbye. Nobody needs to threaten. Where is it? Backgummit. Is that the one? Let me see. Oh, dang, it's gone. Guess what we're gonna do? I think this would work. Would this work? Bam. Yeah, we don't need that attitude here. There is no need to be threatening someone's life over a timeout. Not okay. Beep, beep, beep. Out of here. Goodbye. We don't need that here. I didn't really know how to ban, so I just hid their messages. With the haters. Not really a hater. I think there's a big old heated thing there, but yeah, that's not okay. I do not warrant that kind of behavior. Never do that to somebody. That's not okay. For obvious reasons. Alright. You know what? Been goofing around here. Let's get into it. Ah, my goodness. I've been so sore, so stiff lately. Sorry, my brain is blanking. Okay, there we go. Look, guys, I got it up. Yeah! We got it. Oh my god. This chair is so big that it doesn't... It hits the gosh darn desk. Alright. I hope I did that right. I don't know if I did that right or not. I just hid the messages, so I'd assume that's a ban. Anyway. July 10th, 9:49 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Yes, we're starting. Let's get on with it. Why can't YouTube just put ban instead of hide your messages? I know, right? It kind of confuses the... It kind of confuses the mods and the streamer. Ooh, DS version. Yeah, this is the DS version. Well, it's an emulated version, but DS version nonetheless. This is like the good stuff right here. Sick. Then I did it right. Okay. Well, this is it. Today's the day it all goes down. And then there was yesterday. Oh yeah. Trucy, also my beloved. Excuse me. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy, we're leaving. Actually, everyone in this game, my beloved. Except for that one creepy doctor at the clinic. Darian, wait! I never liked you. Either of you. I forgot about that. Okay, now the spiders are just on the ground, I think, sleeping. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, Adrian. Change the subject, please. I don't want to know about your spider friends, please. The spider mafia. I don't want to know about them. Huh? I feel like if I hear about them, they'll come for me too. Adrian, no! I feel like you're doing it on purpose. Darn it, we were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo. He didn't want us to hear what Maki had to say. And I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. Eek! What was that? I'm not being invested again. No! Is heard but unseen. Who's that talking? Adrian, no! Adrian, no! Valent Grammari! Using the door like an average muggle, no less. You aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Valent? Ah ha 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 ha! A preposterous proposition! How could I stand to stand upon the stand? Standings as I stand to stand where I stand. Valent, are you having a stroke? Stand. Why, my secrets would be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day. Ooh, with vanishing magic? Indeed. I will jump upon an express train and express myself to the next town over. But before I go, a word of warning. Warning? What? A grand grammar glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Never mind, they're cool. They gave me a Sprite cranberry. Is that the spider saying that? Who drinks a Sprite cranberry? Do not forget this truth. A glamour? A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell! Okay. And there he goes. He sure seemed happy about that illusion thing. Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show without one. The big illusion is always a spectacular spectacle to be remembered. Usually it involves cutting up things, or the Eiffel Tower, anything really. So he was talking about what we saw at the concert. Lamoire's disappearing act, and Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar. I wonder what he meant by it being at the root of all that has happened. Well, it's about time. Shall we go? Oh, excuse me, sir. Yes? The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience. Huh? Did something happen? This is a first. It was by the judge's request, some urgent personal business. He wanted to finish his lunchbox. Never mind, I'm going crazy. They're my spirit props. What? What does that mean? Great, I bet he stayed up too late last night watching courtroom dramas. They're really good stuff! I can't possibly pass up a court drama. I especially love Judge Judy, or those divorce court shows. Really good stuff! Right up there with watching anime with my grandson. Apparently he's visiting the hospital again. The hospital? I believe it was mentioned that the Chief Justice's son is unwell. Apparently his condition worsened considerably this morning. Oh yeah, I think I remember him saying something about that. The Chief Justice's son. Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go visit him after the trial. There's an article about it in the newspaper. If you care to read about it yourself. Keep saying, hold on, this is bothering me. There we go. It was bothering me. Alright, article. Incuritis? Where have I heard that before? That does sound familiar. I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV guide page to me. Leave the TV guide page to me. Try not to lose the page with the funnies if you can. July 10th. 10:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. You ever went to Spirit Halloween, that one recognizable Halloween store? They sell jumping spiders in there, so about $50 on Halloween season sale. Yeah, I do know about those jumping spiders that they sell at Spirit Halloween. Very noticeable store indeed. Um, what? That's ridiculous. Man, I wouldn't even pay the 50. That's too much for just a spider that jumps out at you. Ahem. My apologies for the delay. Court is now in session for the trial of, how do you say this name again? Maki Tabai, our suspect fortissimo. Right. It's his trial in any case. The defense is prepared, Your Honor. Alright, sorry guys, I gotta go. Oh, alright. Important meeting with investors or gaming sesh or of the two. Alright, Mage. Well, we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Good luck with that. Whatever that is. The prosecutor is ready to rock. Is something wrong, Your Honor? Oh, well, yes. It's just I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. It pains me to see him going through such a difficult time. Incuritis, was it? That article said there's no known cure. Air Judge, let me say, with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law. Indeed. We left off at quite the juncture yesterday. Pretty much Darian saying, I didn't do it. I asked Interpol about that number. This. The agent registered under this number was Romain Letus. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Hold it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait. That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it. It was him? That voice I heard talking to Mr. Letus when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian. Ah! Okay, I'm ready. No way. If I owned a jumping bug, then I would have said that there's a jumping bug in my room right now. But they stopped seeing those since 2016. Even other jumping props except for the spider. I don't even know what you're telling me now. I have no idea anymore. I'm going to assume that it has to do with owning a prop. If you could. Quite a sensational ending. Who would have thought Darion would guest star in the season cliffhanger as a suspect? I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings. Darion Crescent is a member of my band, the Gaveneers. He's also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case or file new charges. And your reason is? Weren't you aware, Air Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi. An alibi? Let us review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Gaveneers ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took center stage. The only performers appearing, these guys, along with a drummer and bassist, for a total of 5. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the 3rd set. Lamoire and the defendant, Maki Tabai, had left the stage at that point, and the Gaveneers were already rocking. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Sky, mind you.
And Apollo, you heard them too, right?
Sure did. Furthermore, Lamoire herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime. When she claims to have heard Mr. Letus and Detective Crescent talking. Server channel suggestion music channel? I think we had a channel for that, but it was barely used. I do need to add more voice channels though, so you guys have more options. I really need to get with my mods. I need to do that at some point. I really should get with them and ask them when they're available. But that's impossible. Detective Crescent was... Precisely. Detective Crescent was on stage getting his groove on, no less. Voila! A perfect alibi. Does the defense have anything to add to this? It's true. When I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up. It appears the defense has no objections. Music channel? Oh, you can post it to the fridge. The fridge is where all the general art stuff goes. Like I said, though, I'll have to work out something with the mods, because I do want to make sections, too. I believe you can safely say that Darien Crescent's alibi has been acknowledged. Which means that Lamoire was sadly mistaken. Did my voice crack? What was that? Her testimony cannot be true. Very well, of course. If we disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. Jiminy Christmas. Do you mean like music that you made or music just in general? If indeed there are no objections. Uh-oh, Apollo, if he declares a verdict now, but Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lamoire might have been lying to protect Mackie. How can I rely on her testimony? Wait, what about yesterday in the detention center? About the case. What about the case? Oh, music in general? Okay. I'll have to see what I can do. Yeah, I'll have to see what I can do about that. Like I said, I've got to make some time to talk with the mods of the server. Okay. I'll have to talk. I'll have to talk with him. I know I want to make some sections too. He wants to tell us about Mr. Letus's death. This meeting's over. Darien? Maki was trying to tell us something. I know it. No, I'm gonna move the... There. Now it'll make things a little easier so I can see the chat. Maybe the best thing to do is ask him under oath. Very well, the court finds the defendant... What was his name again? Objection! Your Honor! No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquise or Mr. Justice. Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I would like to call another witness. Exactly who else do you need to hear from? A witness who, until now, has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English. Don't mean. I do. The defense calls defendant Maki Tobai to the stand. What? But he doesn't speak English. We'll use an interpreter. Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases such as I love you and where's the toilet? Same, man. Same in both languages that I know. I think, I don't really know how to say, where's the toilet in Japanese, but I know I love you in Japanese. That's so funny. Oh, man. The defense would like to request Lamoire as the interpreter. Lamoire? There's a possibility she's protecting the defendant. But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie? This is most unusual. Bravo, Air Forehead. Air Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's requests. If Lamoire lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that. Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal. Finally, some progress. Bailiff, please show the defendant a Lamoire to the witness stand. Shoved him in this little box. Just. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Gotta drink some water. Gotta drink. Very important to drink water. I can't speak any other languages besides English, and talking Spanish this year is scary and hard. Would rather take in sign language. Spanish really isn't too hard, honestly. When I learned Spanish, it was tough at first, I won't lie, but after you get it down and you learn all the stuff that you need to know, it really ain't that hard. Really not. Once you get the basics down, it's not so bad. I actually did really well in Spanish. But I'm rusty now. I'm very rusty. So rusty, in fact, I can give an example. Yesterday? Was it yesterday? Yeah. Yesterday, my dad, he sells stuff. But, my dad got a message from someone who speaks Spanish, who doesn't speak very good English. And there was some kind of disconnect, because, my dad does not speak a lick of Spanish at all. So they're looking at me like, hey, can you well, they're not looking at me. I just came over and was like, oh, he's asking you for this. This is what he's asking you for. That's what that means. And he's like, oh. I don't think he quite knows English. He's just trying to piece together a little bit of English, whatever he can. And where you're like, he's saying this. He's wanting to know if you'll do this. He's asking if you'll do this. And I'm like, don't do it. I can't go into details because it's not my business to share. But yeah, it was it's nothing he's doing stuff under the table or anything. It's just I don't want to share his personal biz, whatever he's doing. The VR thing was one thing, but this is another thing. But anyway, sign language is fun to learn though too. I know a little bit of sign language, but not enough to be fluent in it. Your name to begin with, if you would, Lamoire. Yes. He says Maki Dabai, the defendant. This is certainly a first for this courtroom. Not that we really needed an interpretation of that message in particular. So far, so good. So far, so good. Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would. Huh? If I would what, Your Honor? What? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? It's about to throw a slipper at him. What would you have him testify about? What do I want him to testify about? I hadn't thought of that. I hadn't thought that far ahead. Cheesy beats. Apollo, aren't you gonna ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday? How can I if I don't know what he was saying? Excuse me a moment, if I might speak. Yes, Lamoire. Just now, Maki said there is something about which he wishes to testify. Maki wants to testify about something? What could it be? What sort of testimony is he talking about? One moment, please. The suspense is killing me. So curious to see what he's gonna say. What? What? Well, Lemoir. According to Maki, he has proof of his innocence. What? The intense music. This is a surprise. Ah, my God, why can I not read? This is a surprise.
Yahoo! Victory, Apollo! We did it!
This is sounding too good to believe, and I know what that usually means. Well, if that's true, then this is vital testimony, Lemoir. I mean, Maki. Please testify to the court. Very well. Proof of innocence. He says that word of Mr. What? He says that word of Mr. Latus's death came to us a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, I, that is he, could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. That is a fair point. However, how do we not know that she didn't translate them for him? You know what I mean? Like, it seems kind of fishy. We wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. Oh, he wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely. I wonder what he meant by proof. Why, he would only have to ask Lemoir to know the meaning of that song. Right. Like, all he had to do is translate it to English. Or, like, translate it to his language, I mean. And that's pretty much it. Like, you don't need to be looking at the English language to know what's going on here if you got somebody who could translate it. Did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him? I did tell him generally what the song was about, but never in so much detail, and he never asked. Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? Lemoir might be protecting the witness. Well, anyway, let us proceed with a cross-examination. Mr. Justice, if you would. Yes, Your Honor. Something's hidden in that testimony, I know it. I'll just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where. Worked yesterday, it'll work today. I feel like they don't use the bracelet very much. Yay, I knew he was innocent. I believe he is too, Trucy, I do. What's wrong, Apollo? You got a tummy ache or something? Something's hidden in that testimony. If it's the truth, I'll find it. Well, what's the first one? Oh. Wait. You can go off him, too. Oh. My God, that's tough. Wow, I love that though. That's great. That's pretty much like hidden right there in plain sight. You ain't gonna be able to see that. You kind of have to zoom in on him. Maki, you can't fool my eyes. You glanced toward her the very moment Lamoire said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that he understands me. Snap. Maki, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you? What are you saying? Of course he can't. As he continued the charade, man, he is just lying. So much lying here. Mr. Justice, Maki says this. I know the word English. Huh? Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned the name for this language. That is all. What? Give me a break. Is that such an unusual word to understand? What? What? But it just seemed kind of fishy. Because, like, if he knows what that means, then he knows what she's saying, then. He knows. Even, like, though it's interpreted, he knows what she's saying here. It's not like, he knows clear English. I mean, he could. It's untelling with this dude. He's already lied about being blind. But, he, if he knows the word English, then he knows what's being said here. Not saying that he knows English, but he knows what she's translated it to. Because he knows that word. I don't know. It's not making any sense to me. I have no idea. This trial's been kind of weird. Do you not know Espanol, for instance? Well, yeah, but... I'm sorry, but he truly does not understand your language. Well, then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics? Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? It is simple. So simple it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper. The newspaper? The Burgundian Daily Bugle? You can buy it in this country these days, you know. Ah. They have already begun to report about this case in our homeland. I was right. What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes, they are quite fierce all of a sudden. Maki is lying. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he is lying. How do we know that he's lying, though? How can we tell? If he's lying. Check. I feel like this is gonna be the wrong evidence, though. Hold on. I just want to make sure I'm giving the right evidence here. Yeah, okay. I am right. All right. I'm gonna minimize that again. Okay. I'm pressing the wrong thing, as usual. There we go. I have here a Burgundian newspaper, the Burgundian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me, Maki? Oh! Oh no, Maki! That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics. What? What is this all about? I'm sorry, Maki. You couldn't have read about the new lyrics in a you couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Burgundian newspaper. I like trip over myself so easily. Oh no. What does this mean? Oh no. But I don't see how it's possible. Oh, I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning, yes? Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself. So the lyrics weren't in the newspaper and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less. Sorry. Oh man, Maki! Oh no, Maki! The witness will explain himself. Maki says, Yes? It is true I read the newspaper. But this is not where I learned the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember. You remember? He says he heard of the lyrics from me. But... What? Is this true, Lemoire? Yes, I'm afraid I had forgotten it myself. Then it looks like Air Forehead's been jumping to conclusions again. It seems so, yes. No! I was onto something, I know it! I can't let this chance slip away! Time is an issue today, Mr. Justice. Are you finished with the cross-examination?
What are you gonna do, Apollo?
I'm gonna keep on cross-examining. I better have an angle to it. I have an angle of attack. Jeez, eat. Or else. My bracelet's still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue. If you must, you must. Very well, witness. I understand. It was I who explained that crime following this song. Guess who's back? Welcome back! Oh, Jim Christmas. Mike! Welcome back! Welcome, welcome. Trying to... Here again? I need to see it again. I wasn't paying attention to him. Let me see, maybe on her? Yeah, I saw you're playing Danganronpa 2. Yeah. If you joined in for the Danganronpa 2 streams, that's cool. We've been playing that. I think we're still in the first case. It's been taking a while. Okay. It's not that. Let's see. So I plan my return. Welcome back. It's good to have you. I think you forgot I don't like that game. Danganronpa? Ah, if I did, I'm sorry. There's so many people that come and go, I always forget. I'm sorry. I hope you don't take that the wrong way. It makes me feel a little bad that I've forgotten. It's not intended. It just kind of happens. Hang on. Oh. Oops, crap. I didn't mean to do that. Dang it. No, no, it's fine. Okay. If you say so. Then when you think that I'd like completely ignored it. For Danganronpa? Ah, this is a question for me, yes? This interpretation thing is getting old fast. I told him that Mr. Leitus had been killed and why he was a suspect. And I told him the crimes of that day followed my song. Did you mention any particular words of the song relating to the case, such as heart? Yes, of course. I explained this. He was quite surprised. Yeah, I knew he was innocent. He's not innocent. Trust me. I messed up. That's what happened there. Let's try this again. Gotcha! Bam! I'm currently cross-examining Maki. Why should you be uncertain? Hey, it gives me a question. I think Danganronpa and Ace Attorney are similar games. They are very similar. They are really. They're very similar to each other. I guess one's more dark than the other. I guess that's the best way to put it. The characters in Danganronpa are younger too. Yeah. Very, very similar. Because it's pretty much murder cases. Murder cases and trials. Why should you be uncertain? Me? Uncertain? Yes, you smiled the very moment you told the court. It was I who explained. I see. There's little point in trying to hide anything from you. Lemore, are you indeed protecting someone? That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself. I'm pretty sure Hinata and Phoenix are gonna be good detective buddies. Oh god, I gotta remember who Hinata is. I gotta remember who that is. Dang it. Hold on, I'll look it up. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was like, is that one guy? Yeah. Possibly? Maybe? I feel like Phoenix. Yeah, no. Possibly. They'd probably be, good attorneys. Both together at the same time. You don't know who's Hinata? I forget names. But I got it. It's the main character for Danganronpa 2. It's the main character for Danganronpa 2. Then allow me to answer for you. Lemore, you're protecting. Oh. Who is she protecting here? Is it him? I mean, I'd assume it's him. Darn it. No. It's him. Lamar, you are protecting Maki. That's why you lied and told us that you had explained how the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Maki, I believe you didn't do it. Really, I trust you. Hey. Hey? Hey. But you've lied to us twice. And now you have Lamar lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English, you have to. Oh! Oh! Oh my goodness. Do you know BFDI? What is BFDI? Give me the name of it. Maybe I'll know. Witness, is this true? Do you understand English? Yes, a little only. Oh no. What? First he could see, now he can talk. And you, did you not know about this, Lemoire? Oh boy, breakdown? Oh boy, breakdown? What? Huh? No, I did not. It is quite a surprise. How many secrets is this witness holding? This is last. Maki, could you tell us what really happened? No shooting. I did no shooting. So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those gunshots, correct? Maki, please. Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in dressing room, behind desk, manager, he on floor. Which would be after the shooting, right? Then there is voice. Poor girl, she just wanted to protect her from being cultural bullied. Maki's a boy, and he first lied about being blind, then he lied about not knowing English. There's also the idea that he might have been smuggling a certain, like, bug from his country that he was definitely not supposed to do. So, yeah, he's not looking too good. Voice? Or voices? Was it you and Emma, Apollo? So when Maki went into the dressing room, Mr. Latus had already been shot. And then we came to the door. And I'll high off. I take off. Run away, run away! So it was you who escaped through the air vent. Hold on. There you go. As the prosecution has held all along, no less. People get bullied for not speaking English? Yeah. No, I believe you. That is something that happens, but in this case, that's not what's happening here. They even got an interpreter to help him, and he's still hiding stuff. It was very, very suspicious. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession? No, he's clearly denied that he did it. I know shooting. Manager on floor. Already on floor. The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter. Poor Maki. Does the defendant have anything to say to this? Which state do you live? I live in the US. I live in Ohio. Oh, yeah.
He's clammed up, Apollo.
Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness? That it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait, no, of course there is.
What is this cocoon, anyway?
Ohio? Yeah, Ohio. The state no one wants to be in. That normal state. Yeah. That state. The only in Ohio state.
The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure. A cure? Well, Maki, are you a smuggler?
Oh man.
He won't tell me.
The cocoon has to, that cocoon has to have something to do with this. Maki, please, tell us the truth, for your own sake.
No more speak. Not to any of you.
So much for your precious trust, Hair Forehead. And you were the one who didn't believe him. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse. It does seem that the defense and defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed. See, the issue is, though, we've barely even had a second to talk to Maki, and now we find out that Maki can speak English. This whole time, we have not had a minute to talk to Maki at all. Like, not even an inch. So, can't really be mad at anybody if he wouldn't hardly even talk to us, and we couldn't even get a chance to speak to him. July 10th, 11:23 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Apollo Eustace. Eustace. It's making me think of Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's it. I'm getting me mallet. I'm sorry. Anyway. That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some. Believe. I know shooting. Maki claims that Mr. Letus was already down on the ground when he entered the room. You can make your own series of Danganronpa if you want to. Like my own game. Interesting, maybe. Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it? Suddenly, I hear revolver. Close. Very close. Excuse me. Then I hear voice. You heard gunshots? Yes, it's true. I hear revolver, but only sound. Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. Letus already dead and then you heard shots? That's true. Series, not game? Oh, like my own Danganronpa series? Maybe. I know there's people out there that have done that. So that wouldn't be it wouldn't be bad to do that. That would mean I had to make characters and everything. So, you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots? And you escaped through the air vent? I know. Huh? What do you know? I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage. The vents went to both the stage and the backstage area? Is that what he means? He's right. Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo. Oh yeah, there's the vents right there. Huh, yeah. But how did you know it was connected like that?
Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something. I hear this from magician. Oh, magician. Don't look at me. A magician, huh? Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Maki didn't shoot Mr. Letus. Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went to the room to find the body and then he heard the shots? That's one, that one's going to go over well in court. Not. Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies. That's what Daddy always told me. I'll just pretend you misheard him every time. So, what do we do? You're sure you won't testify, Maki? No talking, no. Well, it was worth a shot. A cocoon. I can't go home. Can't go home? Poor Maki. I can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death. That's right, it's punishable by death. Of course he's scared. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to try a different approach. That's the spirit, Apollo. So what's your plan? If Maki won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify. Someone else? I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there. Right. By death. Exactly, Evie. By death. July 10th, 11:28 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now back in session. Actually, I'll probably have us take a quick little breather before we continue. Before we continue on, I'm gonna have us... Wait a second. Hold on. Ding. Oh, jeez. There we go. I'm gonna have us take a little breather. A minuto. We're gonna just take about 10 minutes. Go take a breather. Get yourself something to drink. Get yourself a snack. Do whatever you gotta do. Do some stretches. Feed your pets. Pet your pets. Pet your food. Do a jig if you have to. Jig a do. Whatever you got to do. But we're gonna take 10 minutes. Right now, where I'm at, it's 8:32. So at 8:42, which is in 10 minutes, we will come back and continue where we left off. Okay? Okay. Welcome back. Sorry, I had to take a minute. I was trying to do some research on centipedes because I found a centipede in my kitchen. Um, I'm like, why is this is like the second centipede that has come in my house? So I had to do it. Don't worry, I took a cup, put him in it, and then threw him outside. He ain't staying here. But yeah, that was fun to walk in on. I'm not really scared of centipedes, but I would definitely not pick one up. That's for sure. But yeah, I hope everyone had a good break. I hope everyone had a nice, like, easygoing time doing whatever you're doing, getting snacks, drinks, whatever. I was snacking on something just earlier. That's another reason why I was taking a few extra minutes. Because I didn't want to come on here and be like, "Oh, God, what's going on?" Ah. Yeah, we can't be having that. But yeah. Few things to note. First off, subscribe. Yay! Trying to reach 300. Reward for the goal's a secret. Haven't said what it is yet, but I'm just dying to tell y'all. So we gotta reach 300 though before I can say anything. Other thing is that we had a poll over the week, or over last week. The winners for that poll it's for the next game that I'll be playing for one of our Saturday streams, which will probably turn into a Sunday stream. The winners of that poll are both, It's Not Me, It's My Basement, and Sonic Ring Riders. I think it's called Ring Racer or Ring Rider. I always say the name wrong. It's not even the game's fault. It is not at all the game's fault. It is my fault. Because I always, forget what it is every gosh darn time. Let me try this way. Click. Sonic Ring Racers. Okay. There we go. I get the name wrong every time. It's not the game's fault. It's mine. It's my fault. Why is my audio, really low right now? One second. Nope. Okay. There we go. Much better. I don't know why sometimes my mic, bonks out for a minute. It does that sometimes. I don't know why it does that. It, goes... I'm just gonna turn the volume down. It's like, no, you can't do that. You mess up my stuff, Mike. Mike, why? Microphone. Sorry, not mic, but microphone. But yeah, anyways. Anything else I got a note on? Not really. So let's go ahead. We'll get back into the game real quick. Let's get back into it. Here we go. We're back in the court case. We're in the courtroom. Bam. Oh, yeah. Court is now back in session, baby. We're back. I want to finish this gosh darn case today. I've been on this case for a while now. And at this point, I'm just like, give me the plot twist. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant? Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk. Very well. So will he testify? Your Honor, the defendant will not testify. What? Shame. And here I thought this was your big chance to turn the case around. Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor. I feel like one of those, when it's two girls, hate talking to each other or something, actually, it is. Thank you. I think that's how Phoenix Wright slowly became, is one of those, mean girls. I don't know what it is, but it's just so funny. Just hear like, well, you're wrong. No, I'm playing. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor. A different angle? Acute or obtuse? If Maki won't testify, then I know who will. I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case, Lamoire. Lamoire? Oh, he knows what's up. What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that Lamoire's testimony was insubstantial. There's nothing you can... Lamoire was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries. What happened? She was assaulted, Your Honor. Assaulted? One in Lamoire did. Thankfully, she was able to save herself. No kidding. What? I've heard no such report. Prosecutor Gavin. Sorry, I've got like a bit of nasal congestion. Why would anyone be out to kill Lamoire? Can you think of a reason? Well, think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been? You don't think? I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Letus. The killer was afraid of her, afraid of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want getting out. I just cannot apparently use my words today. So am I to understand that this is what you are saying? Namely, that there is a nugget of truth in Lamoire's testimony? A nugget we have yet to uncover? Exactly. If Lamoire was attacked, this has serious income. Oh my god! Oh, goodness gracious! This has serious implications. You could make like 5 compilation videos of me just messing up on my reading. Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. The court will hear Lamoire's testimony once more. Excuse me. Lamoire, I must apologize. We must ask you to stand again and speak. You need not apologize. I know that Maki is innocent, and I will do all that I can until the court realizes this. Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots in the shooter's voice through the window, and that the voice belonged to Darian Crescent, yes? That is correct. Ow, my hair. Had my hair up in a scrunchie. Part of it in a scrunchie. At which point I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed and was found to be quite soundproof. You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice? I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know there's something here. Why? There is, it seems, much you do not know. You really need to stop tripping over yourself. Anyway, it is my duty to hear him out. Perhaps the witness would be so kind as to testify once more to the court? Of course, Your Honor. What I heard. The most redneck way possible. What I heard was this. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. That's when I heard them. Mr. Letus and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was the smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but
I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window.
So I wonder if whoever it was, we don't really know if it's whatever his name is, the guy that's filling in for Gumshoe, uh whatever his name is, Dimitri or something. Anyway, we it almost sounds like whoever shot the gun twice, shot once, got Letus, and then shot twice thinking they could kill Maki as well. Or Tobai. Maki Tobai. And then later down the road when they're like, oh crap, well now I have these witnesses and I'm supposed to take this one down too, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that one down as well. So it just kinda seems like they were slowly taking all three of them out. Pretty much the same as yesterday's testimony.
I am sorry. I am not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I have said here is the truth. Then it is my distinct displeasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought I saw a centipede crawling on my keyboard for a second. I was about to be like, "Oh my god!" We're good though. I don't know why I was having that, but having that moment of like, "Oh my god, a centipede!" But no, everything is okay. Do I have to repeat myself? Lamoire was attacked because of this testimony. Sorry, I'm like all congested all of a sudden. What, Trucy?
Apollo, you know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool.
Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness?
Yes, sir. What I heard. Hmm. Hmm. Lamore was attacked because of this testimony. I know she was, so something's gotta be hidden here.
Maybe there's some detail we're missing? Guess we'll just have to get her to fill in the blanks. Right.
Hmm. What about here? Darien Crescent? Dimitri. I gave him the wrong name.
I did not know his name at the time. But yes, it was him. The one who took the stand yesterday.
How many times do I need to remind you that's impossible? There's no way you could have heard him. Because the window at the scene was closed? Is that why? Of course.
Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere.
She's right. Maybe there's a different angle I can try. What were they talking about? Did you hear anything else? No need. Oh, I mean, if the window's closed, she wouldn't really be able to hear it. Right? Maybe did you hear anything else? Did you happen to hear anything else at that time?
Anything else?
Anything else besides the victim and the shooter's conversation? Anything at all? That's quite the vague question.
Other than the conversation, I heard a clock ticking, the two men breathing, footsteps. That is all.
Nothing new there, as expected. I was hoping for a little more than that.
Perhaps we should just carry on with the cross-examination.
As you wish. So then maybe it was the other question. Maybe that's what I need. Hold on.
I just want to get through this.
I guess this. Lamar, do you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us. I haven't given it much reflection, but I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember. I only heard one phrase clearly. A whole phrase? You remember something that was said? Why didn't you say anything yesterday? Well, my memory is clear. I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said. This could be it. The clue I've been waiting for.
Well, what did he say?
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Letus.
The shooter, then.
Darian Crescend.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch now.
Switch? Do they mean the switch on the thing? And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Letus?
I thought it quite strange myself afterward.
It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice, care to shed some light on this?
I mean, sure, I'd be delighted. It's very vital. Maybe we could add that to the testimony. Maybe Apollo? Could they have been talking about... Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words. Oh? Yet there was nothing at the scene that could be called a switch, save the lights. True, there wasn't a switch at the scene, but it just so happens I have a switch right here.
It certainly does look like a switch, doesn't it?
The problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage.
Stage?
Where the concert was held, yes. This was found hidden there. On the stage.
Are you claiming that the voice Lamar heard was of someone commanding another to press the switch?
It is a possibility. Oh! Oh, our forehead. I'd call that impossibility. Why? It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court for the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lamoire's dressing room. Not to mention that the Gaveneers were in the middle of that concert on said stage. But somebody was probably up on the up in the vents too.
I know we're a quiet band.
You could shout all you wanted and not be heard. The detective's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout. So too have Air Forehead's cries of possibility fallen far short of being heard. Jeezy Pete's. Sorry, but he wouldn't have needed to shout. Excuse me? You heard what I said, or do you need me to shout it out for you? It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room. Oh wait, you like evidence, don't you? How about this? Using this, it would be easy to get a message to someone on stage from the dressing room. Could it be this? Take that! Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this.
Why, that's... What is this? Is that some kind of newfangled phone they invented while I wasn't looking?
This is a type of transmitter, a communications device.
Communications device?
Excuse me. From what I've heard, oh, okay. I was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, actually. They're for talking between band members. We all had one on. So you admit that if you were wearing one of these, walking from the backstage to the stage would be simple. Don't you just hate getting killed to death? Aw, man. Really makes things worse, you know? Ruins my day. You know, I could have went out to go have some cheese and wine, and somebody just kills me to death. Ah. How dare they? True, but wait. Those send out an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, their range is quite limited. Lamar said it was about 30 feet, right? Look at this cross-section diagram of the concert for him. Ah, exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is less than 30 feet. That can be.
So when Lamar heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage.
Ah, you're claiming this is the switch in question? Why did it have to be on the stage at that time? At the time, I just realized I don't have my uniform on. You know what? I'm off duty. I totally forgot. It could be placed in a pocket and carried anywhere. Someone could have hid it on the stage after the fact. Hey, he's got a point. How do we know where it was when she heard the voice? When the shooter said, press the switch. Well, I guess we don't...
An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid that until we know where the switch was, there's little point in debating it.
Ah. I was sure this was the way to go with this. What is this switch anyway? We don't even know that basic fact. Actually we do. Wait a second. I do know what the switch is. And if you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes this case. What's up, Apollo? Apollo? We know about this switch, right? We know what it is. Yeah? Well... Sorry, there's a car driving by and just sounded like... Wah, wah, wah. Well, think of it when it was used that day. Think of what happened.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further information to share concerning the switch...
Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Justice?
I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what the switch is.
Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking this switch to the case. Let's see your evidence of the link. What evidence do you have to explain that the switch is? What this switch is?
I'm guessing they're gonna want me to do... Wait, don't we have... I guess we don't have the blown one. We just have this one. Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this?
Huh,
That's
what? Is it another one of those newfangled phones?
Introducing the Ignitophone. The burner. Don't you want to have a phone, but you don't want to be connected to it anyway? The burner. It lights itself on fire. This is an igniter. What phone looks like this? The burner.
Igniter? You mean it's a lighter?
Yes, actually. We're saying this switch is a remote. I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter. What? Look, I'll show you.
Yo! Mr. Justice! You will cease and desist from burning down this courtroom.
Sorry. That was a bit more fire than I expected.
and my whiskers had caught on fire.
Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you? You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you? Ah, exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. And your guitar caught fire in the middle of the performance.
Wasn't that part of the stage show, though?
Nope. Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing had been planned. And the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake. That's right, he got it in Bourgogne from Lamoire. He said the sound was amazing before it burned, of course. Now it's just kind of smokes. Now it just kind of smokes. The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. Your forehead. Yes. Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. Those being the shooter's voice heard by Lamoire, and the guitar suddenly catching on fire. I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Letus and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed and the guitar caught on fire.
Well, that does seem to make sense. Though something about it is bugging me. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Really? It seems pretty simple to me. Oh boy. Air forehead, don't destroy what little respect I have for you. I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong.
What's this all about, Prosecutor Gavin?
His simple story simply makes no sense. Clavier. Think, that night my guitar got caught fire, yes. The cause may have been this, indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set. That's right, of course. The guitar caught fire during Lamoire's song. Oh, that's Druzy. Whoops. Indeed, yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated.
Yes, that must have been what was bugging me. The whole premise for this is faulty.
See? His story makes no sense. Are you sure about that? Please save me and guide you to heaven if you repent. He promises. Oh, honey. That's very nice of you, but, it's kind of awkward when you bring religious stuff in here. Very nicely appreciated, but, we do not need it here. I'm sorry. I don't know the best words. God bless you. Have a good evening.
What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice?
Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far. Oh, hon. No thank you. No thank you. I know, but not here. No thank you.
What premise is this specifically?
I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act. Leo, please. Please don't make me have to time you out. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act. What's this? But Detective Emma Skye heard shots and found the body. All this happened in the third act. Gunshots rang out. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Leo. Thank you. I hope I said your name right. I'm sorry. And according to his testimony, Maki was in that dressing room at that time.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice?
Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony. I'm sorry. That threw me off a little bit, but I'm getting there. Namely, that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. This is insane. Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on his headset, telling someone to press the switch. But who could that have been? The next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. We know that a remote triggered igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act. What?
Order! 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 But that goes against the evidence.
What does, Your Honor?
This crime was carried out according to the lyrics of the song, yes?
Hey, he's right, look. The bullet is supposed to come after the fire. You're thinking about it the wrong way. Huh? Look. Why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? Welcome in, Sunny Drop. It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, with little merit for the person doing it.
Well, I'm sure whoever it was had some reason.
Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics. You're saying the order was reversed on purpose?
Reversed, Prosecutor Gavin.
If the criminal... what? Followed the lyrics strictly, then yes. Hi, Sunny Drop. Hello. Welcome. We're playing Ace Attorney. Come relax with us. Relax and enjoy. If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes. The shooting would have had to come after the guitar burst into flame. I'm like throwing off my own rhythm. Yet Air Forehead has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire. Bubba. Yay. Nice having you. Welcome, welcome. Is this lotion? No, that's paint. That's paint. Oh god. Is this lotion? Yes, it is. Couldn't have put it better myself. Whoops. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flame. 1 second. I'm gonna take a little bit of this. That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. But they were so hooked up on this, now they're turning around and like, oh, well, actually, it's not following the lyrics. Ooh, and it's like, but you've been like on this whole time saying that it's following the lyrics, and we were all like inclined to believe that that's what's going on. Man. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think he'd follow the lyrics the whole way.
Order! 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 That would explain this most unusual situation.
It does. The killer changed the order of events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second. Objection! Of course he would object. Here he goes. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly it has. Sorry, I'm putting lotion on my paws. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh boy, here he goes. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. But I question your logic. for it's flawed from the very beginning. Flawed? Yes, a contradiction, Air Forehead. One I've pointed out several times, no less. Ooh. Ew. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could Lamoire heard a voice through it? Have heard a voice through it. Ugh. Oh. I know that you would like to divert our attention from this critical fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise. Right. Lamoire's testimony is my entire case. That voice you heard, the shooter's voice. What if she couldn't hear it, Apollo? Look, what do we have? A man saying press the switch. And near the crime scene, we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter. And last but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. It can't all be coincidence, but how do I make it work? I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Care to tell us how Lamoire heard the voice?
A key point, to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court?
Okay, Justice, you got one thing to prove, and one thing only. Lamoire heard a voice. And she heard it during the second set. Think, how was Lamoire able to hear the voice? Exactly, Sunny Drop. Gotta think on this one. I'm gonna guess it was this, maybe. She was somewhere else, maybe? I'm gonna pull up my thing. Just to make sure. Yeah. Okay, I was correct. When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it, had it been open either. Meaning it was impossible to hear the voice through that window. It's good to hear you making sense again. For a moment, I was afraid you might be a Burgundian too. As I was saying, Lamoire could not hear the voice through that window. So there can only be one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely.
What's this?
You do amuse me so. And here I thought you and good sense were back on speaking terms. That's pretty mean. That's pretty rude, Gavin. Now I'm afraid you and good sense speak two entirely different languages. Shall I interpret for you, Air Forehead? Lamoire clearly stated she heard the voice through that small window. And there's only one small window at the scene. Are you sure? Kevin's sitting here like, but the sense, but I know, because I understand common sense. Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene? Dang, okay, bro is a bit rude. Exactly, he's a little rude. Isn't there another small window at the scene? There is?
Oh, I know that look. He wants us to ask him.
Is there?
Very well, you claim Lamoire heard the voice from another location?
Mr. Justice?
Mr. Justice, show us where this location was.
Lamoire heard the voice from here. It's not through here. It's not through this. This is also the guy that got murdered. Murdered. Not around here. All the way up here, I think. This is where Lamoire heard that voice from.
But that's no small window. That's the air vent.
What did she tell us? She said she's a Burgundian unfamiliar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine she called this air vent a small window. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. So she comes from another country that speaks a different language. So it makes sense that she mistook an air vent for a small window. She might not have known what to call it. That makes sense. Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and into ludicrous. So Lamoire was up in the ventilation system listening to this man's voice. That's the only logical explanation, yes. Air vent equals window, got it. Exactly. Gotta put it in your brain, like... Now we know. Air vent is window. Logical? I do not think this word means what you think it means, Air Forehead. Okay, what about it isn't logical? It hardly merits saying. Why would Lamoire be in the ventilation system? I feel like we've been going in circles with this trial. This is probably one of my least favorite trials that I've had to endure. Just because it feels like I keep going around and around in circles. Hiding like a rat. No offense intended to her, of course. The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it Lamoire? You have been listening to our discussion here, yes? For real? Yes. I admit it's had me quite confused since yesterday. Well, that's because our defendant or whatever, the one that's being accused of the murder, apparently went up into the vent when all this was going down. So now we got her in the vent and we got him in the vent. So it's like, who's in the vent and who's not? You're in the vent. I'm in the vent. Wait, what is it? He's in the vent. You're in the vent. I'm in the vent. Is there anyone else in the vent I should know about? That's what it's making me think of right now. Yeah. But why should that mean I could not hear through it? I feared our prosecutor might himself need an interpreter. Kinda sus. Yeah, it is kinda sus. Why were so many people in the vent? Everybody wanted to be in the vent, but nobody wanted to be in the murder. I fear our prosecutor might need an interpreter. Oh. The problem here is words. Lamoire, this small window through which you heard the voice, was it up high on the ceiling of the room, not low on the wall? Yes, it was up on the ceiling. Oh! What? Everyone is the killer. He's the killer, you're the killer. No, I'm joking.
Order, order! I will have order! Witness, you will clarify this statement to the court.
Yeah.
Are you in fact saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room? And that's where you heard the moment of the crime?
Yes, in fact, I was. I'm sorry. I never imagined it would become such an important point. Such an important point. Yes, well, why the heck were you up there? Because I wanted to.
I believe it's time for another testimony.
Don't tell me it's gonna be Lamoire that did it. I'm not sure I can't. God's sake, somebody testify!
May I remind you this is a murder trial? We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Please.
Well, looks like I'm on the right track. I was just about to say that. Like, really? What on earth? Well, looks like I'm on the right track. Above the ceiling. I'm hoping to finish this case tonight. I can't promise that, though. Because right now they've been running us in circles.
Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I'd heard there was a small window there before. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I'd heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say.
Why was a blind woman... Wait, okay, this woman, by the way, is blind. She's definitely blind. What was a blind woman doing in the vents?
I'm bound to secrecy on this matter.
Why are you bound to secret? This is a murder trial. What? Just, oh no, I'm a killer. I'm gonna crawl into a vent. How in and out of the heck does that make sense? Like, for real. This makes no sense. What in the world? I think they're doing this on purpose.
But bound to secrecy?
In my line of work, one has many obligations to uphold.
But you say you were in the middle of your performance.
Just being a rat. Doing rat things. Just living the rat life. That's what she does. Whoops, crap.
So this did happen during the second set.
I did not witness the crime, you must understand. I only know what I heard.
Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing. In detail.
That's what the cross-examination is for. Ja, air forehead? Yeah, rat. It's a rat. It's a rat in them vents. Our mission in this court is to discern the truth. Bound to secrecy. That's code for I'm in on it, send me to jail. It's code for I ain't saying nothing. You might as well send me with the perp, cause I ain't going easy. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder that mission.
Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
What are you gonna do, Apollo?
I'm gonna find out the truth. She was up above that ceiling for a reason. I just have to get it out of her. Oh, Lord. Above the ceiling. Let the world hit your eye like a big pizza pie. It's in the ceiling. I heard the voice. Heard there was a small window there before. No performance. I had no time to report what I'd heard. I'm pressing this, because what the heck? Exactly who bound you to secrecy? What?
I'm not sure I'm allowed to say who it was. No, I think perhaps that is alright. It's just a name after all.
Oh no, round in circles. Just circles after circles.
It was Valiant Grammari. Perhaps you know him?
Valiant Grammari? What?
You mean Uncle Valent?
What? Valiant Grammari? Who's Valiant Grammari? His name sounds very spectacular.
A grand magician, the one responsible for the illusion performed during our concert.
So, there was a trick performed during the concert where it made it look like Lamoire's cape or whatever floated through the air, like she was on one side, disappeared, and then reappeared on another side of the concert building. For real. And his whole thing is like, you can't share how it was done. And it's like, this is a murder case, my guy. It's gonna have to be shared. Interesting reaction, Prosecutor Gavin. Lamoire was bound to secrecy. It's gonna take some hard-hitting proof to make her talk. Alright, it's settled. Time to toss Fallon off the Grand Canyon with the fox. The fox? Wait, which one? I think I know why she was up there, but how do I prove it? Yeah!
I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice.
There was a small window there.
So without a word, you just let the third set start. After the curtain closed for the second set, there was still so much to do. Oh yeah. Yeah, throw that one off the throw that one off the Grand Canyon too. Grand Canyon. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me, Evie. Totally forgot us kicking Foxy off the Grand Canyon. Can't blame you for wiping that. I mean, some parts, but I'm so sad that I forgot that bit. Just him going, Grand Canyon, Grand Canyon, Grand Canyon. As he grabs Foxy up by the scruff and chucks him off the Grand Canyon. Like, dang. The hold it and the objections are so funny. They're so extra, so dramatic. Objection! I don't like your tone. Hold it. What do you mean you don't like my tone? You could have prevented this whole misunderstanding if you had only told us sooner. Yes, perhaps I could have. Dang, she's sweating. I see little point in badgering the witness. What's done is done. The mind works differently when one is in the middle of a performance. Why, I've lost my voice in the middle of a show and kept on singing completely unaware. How do you lose your voice in the middle of a show, Gavin, and not know about it? Dude, I knew when I was losing my voice. How is it that you didn't notice? Probably because he's lip syncing, that's why. F it, throw that one girl and Miku in that one song. Throw them all in there. Throw them all in, cause God. Huh. Evie's on one today. Singing by that voice? If only all contradictions were so obvious. Math not mathing. Right. Trust me, you don't want to know. If only I could get Lemoire to talk. Crushing her like this doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. We, for context, I think it was like last Saturday, like the hangout stream that we did last Saturday. Not this past Saturday, but the one before it. We watched a bunch of like creepy Vocaloid music videos, and that's what he's talking about, chucking some of those characters off over the Grand Canyon. Because we've seen some crazy stuff. Especially when one of those songs ended up getting my stream blocked. Crushing her like this doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, you know. Lemoire, truth be told, the reason for your presence above that ceiling is quite clear. Especially when you consider what happened during your performance. What happened? Yes, it's all right here on this video. Wraps itself in the room where I fly. Burning on in my heart, fire burn my love away. Singing the one you showed me with my boy Oliver. Yeah, the first one. Aw, heck yeah. Love Oliver. could see Gavin still trying to put out the guitar. Oh my god. Anyway, while you're talking about the stream never got paused, that never happened, no witnesses. You're right, nothing happened, nothing happened. What were we talking about? Something about Vocaloids? Oh man, sure do love Vocaloids. No, you're okay. It's okay. As you can see, Lamar was clearly not on stage for her entire performance. Don't throw her in! Oh! Though it saddens me to be so realistic, Lamar is incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation. So the only explanation that she was hidden from view, and during that time she moved to the back of the forum. Hello? What, Trucy? It's not nice to reveal a magician's secrets, and it's against the rules. I'm a lawyer, I'm not supposed to be nice.
This is all very fascinating.
How the heck did I hear a song about the author being disconnected from themselves and connected it to generational trauma? I'm genuinely confused. I mean, it did kind of feel like, you know, generational trauma. It did kind of feel like that. I guess it was like one of those, it's hard to interpret on your own things. And you kind of needed the artist to express what the song is about.
But how is it possible? There's only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast. Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin?
This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed.
Aha!
He's just realizing his own oversight. Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here we can trace a route through the ceiling. Here we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage, through the backstage, to the rear of the forum. Recall Lamoire's testimony from yesterday. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it.
She went from the stage to the backstage exit. A perfect description of this route above the ceiling.
Lamroir knew this because of her part in the illusion. But she wasn't the only one who knew. What? Just now in the lobby, Maki told me something. I know. I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage. You said that? Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin? Oh, crap. I knew about that vanishing act, of course. Yet I had no idea of the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me? Magicians only reveal details of their acts on the need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of a magician's life, you know. Which is why he bound Lamoire to secrecy. Well, Lamoire? I am impressed, Mr. Attorney. Yes, play it cool. Be cool, be cool. Maki was right about you.
So what does this mean? Are you saying you used this route above the ceiling?
So it was 8 days ago and that very questionable song was Kitsune Fox winning. Very interesting song. I did.
Well, that's that, but I'm still a little confused.
Why's that, Your Honor?
As I said before, There was very little time between when she disappeared and when she reappeared. 20 seconds tops. How could she do it so fast? Especially if she stopped to hear the shooter's voice.
That's a good question.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I cannot.
Very well, Mr. Justice.
Yes?
It's all up to you. Do your thing.
What thing, Your Honor?
You need to explain how Lamar was able to teleport like she did. Or I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater.
Why do I get picked on? It's Lamar who isn't going along with the program here.
As I've stated before, I am not at liberty to speak of the illusion that night in detail.
Then you'll just have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her.
Yes, if you would, please.
Right. I feel like a student before finals.
Good luck, Apollo.
The big illusion.
I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There's an emergency exit in the backstage, where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side from the stage. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. I was on my way when I heard that voice.
Oop. Very suspicious.
2 minutes, you say? The mystery deepens.
I suppose it was too much to hope that the judge would come with something. Come up with something. What am I doing?
As does my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice.
Right, Your Honor. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what Lamoire is saying and what we can see plainly in the video.
I figured it out already. I'm a magician after all.
Well, tell me.
Not a chance. Can't reveal another magician's secrets. Come on.
You're supposed to be on my side here. The big illusion. Hmm. Two minutes?
Yes, it can be done in 1 minute if you're running.
Running? In that cramped dark tunnel above the ceiling?
Mr. Attorney, have you forgotten? Dark or lit, it makes no difference to me.
That's true, but...
So you're saying that on the night of the concert, you made the trip in 2 minutes?
Yes, though I nearly didn't make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway.
Lamoire disappears on the video for 20 seconds. She says she made the trip in 2 minutes. How?
If you want my professional opinion, I'll bet the answer's right there in that video.
Well, Mr. Justice, perhaps you have some evidence for us?
Something that can explain the discrepancy between the video and her testimony? Evidence explaining the discrepancy. There's one piece of evidence that explains the discrepancy between the video and the testimony. It's
this!
Nope. Oh, that's not. Lamar, do you happen to remember this brooch? I always want to call it brooch.
Ah, the brooch! We saw that yesterday, did we not?
It was found at the scene, Your Honor. And you're bringing this up now, why? I thought we had already determined when that was dropped. So did I, but we hadn't. Take another look at that video. Okay. See it? Alright. She sings. Does her singing thing. Raises her arms in the air.
Oh, stop.
Here you can see she's wearing the brooch. So she is. Oh.
So she
is. Let's look a bit later. And then she shows back up again. Brooch. And she's not wearing it.
What? The brooch, it's gone!
What? Yes. The brooch disappeared in the short space of 20 seconds. It takes a full minute to run from the stage to the backstage. Which means there can only be one explanation. The Lamoire we see before the vanishing act and the Lamoire we see after are two different people. Oh!
What?
The brooch was found on the floor at the crime scene. And not just on the floor. Right under that vent. But on the floor directly beneath the air vent. Almost forgot the decrepit old man voice.
Objection!
Body double, I should have known. I could see it coming. I was like, they're not gonna say that there's another person doing this, are they? Because, like, that means there's another person involved in all this. That had to look almost exactly like her. But on the floor directly beneath the air vent. Lamoire, tell me. Did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to the backstage? At the very moment you witnessed the crime? Yes, I think I did. She's not even wearing it right now.
Order! Prosecutor Gavin!
Yeah. From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case, Arab Judge. I, of course, knew about it.
What?
Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. It just never occurred to me that the switch and the shooting took place at the same time. So I was right. There was a switch. There was. Just before the stage's tower rose, Lamoire was replaced.
While we're on the subject, just who was this replacement Lamoire?
Why, the man behind the illusion, Valant Gramarye. It was Gramarye? That's quite the illusion, but I still don't get one thing. Yes? The switch happened before the tower rose, correct? So you weren't on the stage. That's right. But this, fake Lamar is still singing. And she's pretty good.
That's true.
Come on, Apollo, that's an easy one. You were just playing a recording. The Gavineers aren't some kind of air guitar band, Fraulein. Oh, you mean I'm wrong? When we play a show live, we play live, no recordings. Perhaps you can explain, Lamoire? Very well. Nah, she committed the crime, I bet. I'm on Valant right now. I don't think they would get rid of the detective that's supposed to take over for Gumshoe. And I just don't think he's really a big part of it. He's probably in some way part of it, but I think it's that illusionist. Definitely think it's him. Very well.
Yes, do tell. And add it to your testimony.
I had to keep singing even while I moved. Her or Valant. See, I don't see a reason why she would kill Romaine, though. You were singing? Yes. Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings, so I used this. Wait, so you were singing the whole time? Even when you were crawling above the ceiling towards the backstage? Why should it matter where I sing when everywhere I go is the same darkness? I mean...
What if you were singing while you were walking?
That's right, wouldn't the shooter and the victim have heard? She was singing right over their heads, after all. That is right. That's crazy. I know, it's crazy. This whole thing's crazy. Are you sure? You'd have to be pretty hard of hearing to miss someone singing in the ceiling. Once again, we come back to the state of the scene of the crime. What state? I know what he means. That old speaker, Apollo. Speaker? That speaker was blaring at the time of the murder. Ah, that's for monitoring the stage from this room. Monitoring? It pipes in a real-time feed from the stage microphones. Useful for knowing when your set is coming up. Satisfied? That dressing room was fitted with a large speaker playing a direct feed from the stage. At my request, actually. So Lamoire singing in the ceiling? Sounded just like Lamoire singing over the speaker?
Ingenious! Her voice was hidden by her voice.
Ah. Lamoire? I have just remembered something.
Do tell. Give us the tea.
When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes? It startled me, so I stopped singing.
What?
I forgot the words I was supposed to sing. The song stopped? Thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse. I did notice that, it was, like, really quiet at the beginning. Like, I wonder if it'll play it for us. Kevin. Yeah, it kind of like, there's that pause there for a minute, and then just all of a sudden, quick pleasure, like trying to keep up with the song. Okay. So then, what's the... Here it is. Let me see the lyric sheet. Yeah, she was supposed to sing pleasure twice. So it's supposed to be like pleasure, pleasure, but a fleeting melody. So yeah, I was wondering why there was like this weird pause at the start and then pleasure. I was wondering, that's such a good, that's such good, Anya. Anyway. So not many would notice. Forehead, that mixing board I lent you, where is it? Gotta go. Alright, Sunny Drop, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. You have a good night. It's at West. The mixing... Huh? The machine, Apollo. The one that breaks music into tracks. Oh, this. I'd completely forgotten about it. Let's take a listen. On to so tight. The song does stop there.
It does. I must have missed it.
Look at the lyric sheet at the top of the second verse. See where it says pleasure, pleasure? Now listen again. Sorry.
This is evidence, indeed. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake.
Crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second, during Lamoire's ballad.
That's true. And no one on stage during the second set would have been the shooter.
Which means that Darion Crescent could have done it. He wasn't on stage for the second set. Oh yeah, because, Ballant was on stage when all that was going down. Oh, so it probably was Darion. He wasn't on stage for the second set. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, fascinating. I don't believe I've ever seen a trial turned around quite so thoroughly. Yet one problem remains. Don't you dare say that Darion was on the stage.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
Air Forehead's theory does have a certain kind of logic to it. Yet it is entirely based on Lamoire's testimony.
Yes? Is there a problem with this?
Well, it's quite simple, though it pains me to say it. I'm pulling my hair up. What if she is lying to protect the defendant? Dude, really? Then give me a good piece of evidence that proves that she might be lying about this. But you have no proof. All I'm saying is that the truth is as yet unclear until we hear directly from the man himself.
The man? You don't mean?
Yes. Though he's a friend and a band member, Darion Crescent must take the stand. I see no other way.
As someone with a new perspective on the case?
As a suspect, to be frank. Oh man. Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole. Finally, we're gonna get that rat. And I'm ready to catch him. Darion Crescent, get ready for justice. Bam! Gavel!
This is as good a time as any to pause for a brief recess. The prosecution will summon the witness. Have him here and ready by the time we begin.
I'm the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are. Which is in the can. No, I'm joking.
Very well, court is adjourned for a 15-minute recess.
Man, that's quite a recess. To be continued. We're gonna save. Saving. Okay. I think, as much as I would love to continue, this is gonna be like a whole nother case. I promise. The next stream that we do of Ace Attorney is going to finish this whole case. It's just so long. It's such a long case. Let me see. Brain's not working. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. I think we can call it there. All right, we can call it there for the night. This whole case, I don't know if this is my favorite case. It's definitely gonna, it keeps you on your head. Not on your head, on your toes. Keeps you on your toes, because, every 1 minute it's like, oh, you know, I was standing by the window. And then they're like, were you actually in the ceiling? Oh, yeah, I was in the ceiling. Why weren't you specific? Dadgummit. But no, this case, I don't know if it's my favorite one, but man, they sure do like running in circles with this one. 'Cause I'm over here like, get on with it. We know it was Darion. We know there was a double. We know. Ah. Oh man. But anyways, you guys know what time it is. It's that time. It's that time. Yeah, it's time. It's time for bed. It's time for bed. It's time for sleepy night time. Time for bed. Beddy night time. Read your book. Put your phone down. Go to bed. It's time for sleepy night time. Go to bed. If you got school or work going on, I wish you luck. I know that stuff sucks. Tomorrow we should be playing Undertale Yellow. Originally it was gonna be Little Goody Two Shoes, but I decided we haven't played Undertale Yellow in a while. So tomorrow we'll be playing Undertale Yellow. Should be a fun old time. Yeah. And then Saturday is supposed to be, if I remember right, hold on. Or Sunday even. I'm not sure yet, but okay, so Saturday was originally supposed to be a hangout stream, but I decided to make that Paper Mario. It might turn into Sunday. I'll see what happens, and I'll, schedule accordingly. But yeah. We will be having a nice little stream of Paper Mario either Saturday or Sunday. I will let you guys know, like a day beforehand, just of what I'm doing if I remember to do so. If I don't, please ask me so I'll remember. But anyways, do I got anything else? Please do subscribe. We're trying to reach 300 subscribers. We've been stuck at like 292, 293 for a while now, and I would really like to get us to 300. My reward for the goal is a surprise. It's a secret. I'm dying to tell y'all, but I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good. I don't want to spoil it. Anything else? Oh yeah, just a reminder, our poll results were, the two winners that tied for first was, It's Not Me, It's My Basement, and, Sonic Ring Racers. These two games won. I'm gonna probably put it in the Discord server as well. But yeah, those are our two winners. I'm gonna play, the basement one first, since I know it's shorter than the other one. And then I will play the other one the next time around. So it's all fair and all good. I didn't realize it was a tie until, like, I didn't realize it was a tie until this stream, and then I was like, oh crap, it's a tie. Crap. But, anyways, I hope you guys have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Self-care is important. Love yourselves. You're the only you in this world, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Undertale Yellow. Alright? Okay. Alright. Bye-bye, y'all. Goodbye. Bye-bye, y'all. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye, Evie. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.